start.
So I guess you can open up with, we got an email.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Jeff, thanks for emailing us. And
Are we gonna edit this?
yeah.
Okay, so I got an email the 12th of March from Jeff Borak. Sorry if I butchered that. Borak.
Let me
Borak.
see.
Borak.
Yeah, Borak.
I got you. He said, "Hi there, just wanted to check in and see how you're liking Angel's Cup. Any thoughts or feedback for us?"
Yeah.
So we thought we'd make a video.
Yeah.
I thought about replying, but I think it would do better to kind of
Communicate.
relay and communicate in video form.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
talked about it, and we actually talked about it one-on-one, and we were like, you know what, we should just make a video of this.
Yeah.
So we think that Angel's Cup is awesome.
Yes.
Just the monthly subscription of coffee with the app to show
Kind of broaden your horizons.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Because for us, it's been an educational tool, right?
Absolutely, because so I got this for example. So what we get is just the Folgers Black Silk.
In general, yeah.
Yeah, in general, because it tastes good. We like darker coffee because the taste, and it's just nice.
Right.
So this is the only thing we have to go off of. So by getting this, so I bought this for Adric for Valentine's Day. Just as a neat little gift that I thought he'd really enjoy, because we really do want to broaden our horizons when it comes to the taste of coffee. And you know, there's the wine tasting, there's the beer tasting, but the most healthy version I think is like the coffee.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I guess it's for us. I don't know what your demographics look like, but for us who aren't that experienced, again,
at all, like I said, just this.
Yeah, again, we've roasted our own.
Yeah, but that was more of like a fun,
exactly.
Yeah, a fun thing to do, like a fun
Exactly.
project, because we like to do like fun things like that.
Yeah, using like a Jiffy Pop, not a Jiffy Pop, but a
No,
popcorn popper.
Whirly Pop. It was
Whirly
like
Pop,
Whirly
that's
Pop,
it.
yeah.
And some beans from Guatemala. But that's our only sort of foray outside the Walmart aisle.
Yeah.
So Angel's Cup was it was fantastic. So Kaylee got this for me because it's something I'm not going to destroy.
Yeah.
Because I'm prone to do that. And B, it's educational. It's something that provides feedback. It's great. I really like it.
It's just a fun thing to do.
Yeah, but so as far as shortcomings, we only found one. And
Yeah,
so
as far as feedback. So we'll get into like
Yeah.
the pluses later, but the only one.
Yeah, so we absolutely love the product.
Yeah, the
The
product and
packaging-
the app, because the app goes
Yeah.
with the product.
Yeah.
Like, it's very like, what do you call it?
Yeah, so it's you can't Angel's Cup, just the coffee by
Symbiotic,
itself
yeah.
is cool. But I think the app makes it. And so it's definitely awesome. It's definitely tons. Like I love this product. I love this whole thing. It's fantastic. I love it. The only downside is that I don't have a lot of experience, or we don't have a lot of experience, as we mentioned, in the coffee world.
Yeah.
And so we've got an espresso maker, and then this is us. This is even the rest of the demographic. This is just us. We've got an espresso maker. We have a French press. We have a drip pot. We have a percolator. But we don't know how to properly use them.
Yeah.
Not only that, the first product we tried out of the Angel's Cup, I forget what the number is, and you can reference the earlier version.
It's actually over there.
Yeah.
Let me get it.
No. So the first product we tried, we actually had to brew it twice because we decided to brew in the French press, and the first time it came out way too light. So we had to Google it up a little bit and find out what the good brew ratio for the French press
And
was.
it said the recommended brewing method was the Khalifa.
Right.
Is that how you say it?
I guess so.
Let me look at it.
And so, does it say here? Yes. Yeah. No. So the first product we tried was 298, which is the City of Saints Coffee Roasters, Kenya Watuha, blah 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 blah. We loved this coffee. At first, it was completely different from everything we've tried before. So it was a bit, I guess, startling is the best word I can come up with. But by the end of the day, this was a fantastic coffee. And the biggest shame is that I had to waste half of it because the first time we brewed it too light. And so we had to do research online, and the internet told us that a 10-to-1 ratio was great for French press. And we did that, and it was great. It was fantastic. It was strong, but it wasn't crazy. It was the best cup of coffee I've ever had. It was fantastic. The problem is, when I log into the app and start doing this process, when I begin this process, it recommends the Khalifa.
Is it a Khalifa though? Because I'm like googling it.
I
I got
know.
like a wrapper.
We're gonna sound super dumb.
Yeah, because like we did this off the cuff,
Yeah.
so like.
Yeah, it's okay. And it's fine. And this just shows you our level of experience. It recommends the Khalifa, but it doesn't offer any sort of feedback as to what the brew ratio should be for a given product, for a given brew method. I think if the app had said the preference for this brew is a Khalifa brewed at
It's cool.
whatever, and the second preference is this, or other brew methods. If I should be able to, I would love to be able to select French press, which is a tool we have, and have it say 16-to-1 or 10-to-1, just to sort of give a lot of us who are in this for the educational value a guideline. And even having,
And it did have like ratios for the Khalifa, and it did have ratios, and it did have a brewing method, but there should be, if possible, different brewing methods and the ratios for that.
because you don't want people using this in the drip pot, but the reality of the situation is a lot of people only have drip pots. I mean that's and I say reality, but that's just my personal experience. That I would hazard a guess that 90% of the people who are willing to get into this are just everyday people who've got a drip pot in the corner they use once a week, if that.
Yeah, and like using the coffee grounds for like a drip pot or a French press, like people will use what they have, and it's okay to do your certain ratios and stuff, but I think to taste the coffee for what it's worth, and for like, especially like we didn't know going into this until we used the app that it's like so much more complicated than that, because you choose the flavors and the accents of like fruits or
And that was absolutely fantastic experience.
No, it was so cool.
Digging through the actual flavors we tasted. If you had asked me prior to using your app, I would have thought it was all wine sommelier BS.
Yeah, I was like, I taste River Rock, and
she started digging into it.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy crap, that flavor's there.
Yeah.
Like I didn't think I would taste barbecue in the flavor I was in the coffee I was drinking, but it was fantastic because all of that depth and just complexity was actually there.
Yeah.
And that's fantastic.
Yeah, and we want to use that taste to, as best as we can, identify that in the portion of the app where it's, choose the flavor, if it's fruity, if it's like woody, if it's,
Yeah, the downside is, I guess, I'm sorry. The downside is if we hadn't had sort of the drive to rebrew the second half of that, our first brew in the French press was just so light, it almost tasted like a tea, like a light tea.
Yeah, it was super light.
And I don't know how much level of effort people are willing to give in to that past that first try.
Yeah, because I think a lot of it is just having a subscription of different coffees that you've never tried before. Past the the really cool experience of naming each coffee and seeing the flavors and tastes
Using
of
the
each
app.
coffee, and using the app, you know, like if say someone didn't have the app and they just wanted a subscription box of coffees that they've never had before, or different from like the regular like Folgers you get at Walmart, you know. So we went past that because we really want to kind of like hone in our ability to taste different flavors in coffee.
Yeah, and that's the big thing is like Folgers. So what led us astray the first time was we used the French press, and the Folgers Black Silk we used roughly 2 tablespoons.
Yeah, for 2 people.
Yeah.
So filling that to the top, and I have it here. So it's a 32 ounce, right? 32 ounce, I think.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, it looks right.
Yeah, French press. So we put like, I don't know, 2 to 3 tablespoons in there, and then fill it up with hot water and let it sit for 15 minutes. And then we pour it, and that's what we drink, and it's really good to us.
But that same recipe does not translate at all
yeah,
to
drip.
what we, well, not even drip. So when we
Yeah,
when
to
we got
that.
the Angel's Cup, the first coffee we got, this 296, 298. Again, that first, if we were asked to judge the product based on that, the first brew we did, you know, we wouldn't resubscribe, and that's, you know, that's important to you. And thankfully, we tried again, and we tried some other ones, and then most importantly, you engaged with us. We put up a video.
Yeah, we put up a video on your Facebook, which is the first video that we did, and you answered to it. And one of the first things you said was the coffee to water ratio that we had was too much coffee to water. So we had to change that, and that was super helpful.
Yeah.
So I think that's really important moving forward. That
Yeah, but I think most of you, so she got this for me off of Amazon, just the one off. But I think most of your potentials won't have that interaction with you, because they're gonna buy it, they're gonna try it, and they're gonna discard it, or they're gonna buy it and try it and love it.
Well, it was still fun though, like the novelty of it, like just having a subscription box is
flat out,
really
it was
good. Yeah,
fantastic.
but I think most people would use it in a drip coffee maker. Yeah.
And so the drip coffee maker, the French press, the
Percolator.
and so the Khalifa, like having the little cup with the coffee filter right in it. I think that's fantastic. I think it's great.
I don't think a lot of people have it.
Right. It
is
doesn't
the
have
issue.
the I guess at best you can call it the market saturation that you should. And so far all the coffees we've tried have recommended the Khalifa. And as somebody who's new to this sort of, or who's just freshly broadening our experience, we saw the phrase Khalifa and we had to Google it.
Yeah, like I had to Google it again because I don't know if we're still saying it right.
Yeah, I hope we're saying it wrong. Just for like.
People are like, oh my god, it's not even do it. Like when I Googled it, I got a wrapper. So I don't know. I think it's broadening your horizons for the coffee bean and also the brewing process, because there's like tons of different brewing processes.
Yeah, so I guess it's just hitting the different points in the market. And I want to wrap this up, and I want to say I absolutely love the product.
Yeah, I think it's super cool.
And
it's awesome. We wouldn't be making a video on it if we didn't care about it. We wouldn't be spending our time on it.
And we really, really appreciate you reaching out to us. Not only the first time, and you gave us directions and guides, and the second time following up, just for some feedback. That means a lot.
No, it does. And there's like a whole community online that on Facebook, at least what I saw, that there's a group page for everyone to put their input into. And like I'll get what do you call it? Like, notifications on people posting on your page, and I'll read every single one of them because I want to know what they're doing and certain things that they're kind of tweaking and what coffees they really enjoyed and things like that. So, like, it's a really cool community.
Yeah, so we really, really like the product because we have that little bit of extra drive and engagement. It started out not so good. The packaging, everything else was good. The concept was good, but because of our own lack of knowledge, it
I
started
don't know,
out not so good. That first brew started out so good.
Yeah,
But
like we
because
brewed it
we-
and it was kind of like anticlimactic, I
Yeah.
guess. It wasn't not so good, but it was like, I know that there's more to this.
And then we did the research.
And then we saw the app. Like, I just want to say, like, the app is beautiful.
It
like,
is.
We
It's
were talking,
fantastic.
yeah, like how, like the, it's like ergonomic, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. It's
very-
the ease of use.
Yeah, it is. Like
It's got a good UI.
It's more like tactical, like it's easy to touch and to see, and you know.
And so we love it. It's fantastic. It's great. Our only suggestion would be
yeah,
to
the only thing.
would be
brew
to
method.
brew method. So
And the
do-
ratios at which you brew whatever you do.
Right. So
Yeah.
sort of include everybody who doesn't know anything. Imagine your client doesn't know what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Like us, like we had no idea what we're doing. Like I said, like we said, all we know is the French press and the Folgers,
Yeah.
and that's it.
But you, again, your outreach is fantastic. Your team, as far as assembling this, the product design, the packaging
The
itself,
packaging is awesome.
the app. I mean, I think these are all fantastically done. I think that you and your team really need a pat on the back. I think it's a fantastic product, and
It really is.
thank you very much
Yeah, and we
for the best cup of coffee we've ever had.
no, really, yeah,
Yeah.
that first one, this one, what is it called? The City of Saints Coffee Roasters, in the Kenya Watua.
Blah, 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 blah.
Anyway, it's this one.
Yeah, the 298.
Yeah, this one. It was so good. Like, it was literally delicious, and we never knew like the broad spectrum of flavors and stuff that coffee could have. So like, it was awesome.
So thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeff and team.
Yeah, and team. Team
Yeah.
is important. Thumbs up.